have lost my business. I have lost my home. I have lost my freedom.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're taking a closer look at the Cooper kids' beloved Meemaw. We'll be breaking down her story arc from the final season of young Sheldon and rebuilding it in a way that we believe truly does her character justice.
The tornado blew mine to smithereens. How about some do-gooder build me a home?
Moving on.
The character you know. When we first met Connie Tucker and young Sheldon, Big Bang fans were confused about how the character went from this.
Ask her to do the tissue thing. Do it, ask her.
Can I have a tissue?
Of course.
Isn't that the best?
To this.
Now, y'all like it when your Meemaw babysits? Poker, candy, firecrackers.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, if your mother ever finds out what you did tonight, that is never gonna happen again.
To be fair, considering she only appears in one Big Bang Theory episode, and most of what we know about her otherwise comes from Sheldon, there wasn't much time to really explore her character. Also, if the prequel taught us anything, it's that Sheldon's unique perspective of the world doesn't always align with reality. Anyway, the Connie Tucker we meet on young Sheldon is feisty, vivacious, and refuses to be confined by what society expects from women her age. Plus, she has enough sass to power all of Medford, if not Texas. Don't get us wrong, she still bakes cookies for her grandkids, as Sheldon mentioned as an adult. However, she's also out there dating, having fun, and building an independent life.
Why do I come here? I gotta find a cooler chick to talk to.
You know I'm right.
I know no such thing. It's my life. I don't have to do anything because I'm supposed to. I do it because I want to.
In fact, that's one of the things we loved most about her character. She wasn't just relegated to the supporting Meemaw role. She showed us that you can live your best life at any age.
You're gonna love Ira. He's a great guy.
Is he your boyfriend?
Well, he's one of them, so let's not bring that up.
But then the tornado hit, and things started to go downhill. Where it went wrong. Fortunately, after the tornado passed, everyone came out relatively unscathed. Unfortunately, the same couldn't be said for Connie's house. While Dale reminds her to be grateful that no one was hurt, she suddenly realizes that buried in the rubble is a stash of cash she had hidden since a break-in at the gambling room.
It's just stuff, right? And money.
Oh, no. Oh, my money.
The season ends with her family and Pastor Jeff searching for her hidden money. Things don't get better in the season 7 premiere either. Connie finds out her insurance doesn't cover tornado damage. She's feeling pretty down about it all, and Dale isn't exactly being Mr. Sensitive, so she temporarily moves in with the Coopers.
Do you think I'm stupid just because I didn't have tornado insurance?
We are in Texas.
I live here now.
Speaking of Dale, he and Connie do make a fun dynamic duo, but he's not always the most supportive partner. When Connie confesses she's embarrassed about not having the proper insurance, Dale responds in all the wrong ways.
Look on the bright side. You're running a successful criminal enterprise, and before you know it, you're going to have enough money to rebuild. Assuming you stay out of jail.
This isn't surprising if you consider his track record. If Dr. John Sturgis had been around, we think he would have handled it differently. But more on that later.
We're compatible. I know. We enjoy each other's company.
I know.
And we've become extremely proficient in the bedroom. There's very little wasted effort.
While we can't make a sure connection here, it does seem that since Connie has to fund her house being rebuilt with no financial assistance, she starts making some riskier business decisions.
What the hell? Where'd you get the table?
I know a guy.
Where'd you get him?
He's the guy.
Red 12. No winners.
Oh, there's a winner.
Given the tension of living with Dale, it makes sense she'd want out fast. Anyway, Connie ends up getting arrested. Not necessarily for her illegal roulette wheel, but because that shady cop who had been blackmailing her finally double-crossed her.
My chariot awaits.
Is Dale more supportive now?
Well, they have visiting hours. I could come tomorrow morning.
Not till 1.
No, see, my game's on.
Nope. After a week in jail, Connie gets put under house arrest because she tried to outrun the cops. So now, her home is destroyed, she can't leave Dale's place, and if that wasn't enough, she loses her, Georgie, and Mandy's livelihoods too.
So what are we gonna do for money?
Yeah.
That's an excellent question.
How was Dollywood?
Magical. What are we gonna do about money?
Now with no home, no job, and not much freedom, Connie is pretty much sidelined, taking on a supporting role for the rest of her family when she's not doing community service.
180 hours, Mary.
Only 174 to go.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Darn tootin'.
It feels like all these twists were just setting her up to be available when tragedy hits. After George passes away, Connie realizes that Mary is struggling to keep it together, so she steps in to help. Up until now, Connie hasn't really been a woman of faith. More like she just goes along with it to humor her daughter. But now, she leans into it, maybe thinking it's the only thing keeping Mary going.
Listen, I talked to your mom about this baptism thing.
You got us out of it?
No, you need to do it.
But it's against my well-established atheism.
It's not about you. Your mom needs this.
Does she accidentally push Mary toward becoming the person we meet in The Big Bang Theory? Does she herself turn to faith, hoping for a change in luck? Whatever happens, it's definitely not the life the Connie we first met would have accepted or felt fulfilled in.
My grandson has a question. Let her rip, kid.
As we said earlier, TBBT fans couldn't help but notice the stark differences between the two shows' versions of Connie. So we have to wonder, did the writers hear our confusion and decide to write Connie in a way that moves her closer to that Big Bang Theory version?
Constance, are you sure I can't pour you some wine?
Oh, no wine for me. Sheldon's bringing me my whiskey.
How do we fix it? Firstly, if the writers decided to rewrite Connie's character after The Big Bang Theory, it wouldn't be the only or even biggest retcon in the prequel. Also, we loved young Sheldon's Meemaw. She's basically who we hope to be when we grow up. Well, at least before season 7 did her dirty.
Stings, don't it?
It do.
We can't imagine Connie would just resign herself to fate so easily. When her house was destroyed by the tornado, she immediately jumped into action to raise the money to rebuild it.
We're raking in quarters. I got a house to rebuild.
You wanna raise the price?
Nope, I'm thinking bigger. Table games. Maybe a roulette wheel.
That's the kind of energy the final season should have kept going. The writers let life knock Connie around, but honestly, earlier seasons Connie would never have put up with it. She's a Texan after all.
But most of all, you are a Texan.
So?
So Texans aren't afraid of nothing.
Season 7 should have been all about Connie's journey to get back on her feet. Maybe she and Georgie could have come up with a new business plan, something with fewer legal or ethical risks. Connie was too self-assured to let Faith dictate her path. She would 100% be the one in the driver's seat. And seriously, what better time to brainstorm a new career path than when you're stuck at home on house arrest with nothing else to do?
What about the laundromat, the video store?
They shut everything down.
Now, let's talk about her relationship with Dale. Sure, they're fun together and he matches her fiery spirit, but he seriously lacks in the support department.
Oh, come on. We can have a little fun.
I have lost my business. I have lost my home. I have lost my freedom. And you want to have fun.
Little fun.
It's not that he doesn't care, he's just clueless. If Dr. Sturgis had still been in her life, he would have been the shoulder she could lean on while rebuilding. Don't get us wrong, Dale clearly cares about Connie, but Dr. Sturgis treated her like the queen she is. With his strong, positive support, we're sure Connie would have bounced back in no time. We're not saying she and Dale should break up or that she should go back to John, but the latter was severely underutilized this season. This would have been the perfect opportunity to see more of him.
I could be enticed to stay.
Meemaw, I do believe there was subtext there. Did you pick up on it?
Yeah.
With Dale for the fun times and John as a sounding board, Connie would have had the perfect balance to handle both the emotional and practical sides of her journey.
He was married to a wonderful woman, so that says a lot.
You're pretty wonderful yourself.
Thank you.
Even if we set aside all her bad luck, Season 7 seemed to forget the Connie we'd come to love. The one who was an amazing Meemaw, but also her own person.
Gotta go!
She made the team.
Congratulations!
And Meemaw got a date with the coach.
What?
It was a productive afternoon.
We adored seeing an older woman on screen who was independent, had an active personal life, and was really enjoying her golden years. Of course, Meemaw would never abandon her family, especially when they needed her most, but Season 7 could have focused more on her personal storyline away from her family and her legal troubles. This is the same Connie Tucker who taught a busload of seniors not to let age define their lives.
I just think it'd kill me to lose my independence like that.
Oh, it's not so bad. Sometimes Clayton takes us to the park.
Like dogs.
I got places to go. Bowling league, water aerobics, I drive my grandson to college.
In Season 7, she had plenty of times to explore that more for herself. House arrest doesn't last forever, so the final season could have shown her rediscovering who she is in this new phase.
I can't leave the house? What the hell am I supposed to do all day?
I am way ahead of you. See, I stopped and I picked up puzzles.
Maybe she'd take Dale along for the ride, or maybe she'd go back to playing the field. What mattered most was that she was living her own life and continuing to thrive as the strong, independent woman we knew her to be.
I was talking about us traveling together, and instead you went out and bought a yellow clown car.
You're the one who told me to go out and have fun with my money.
I meant something fun for us.
Why us? It's my money.
She could have spent time helping other older people remember who they were before life steered them off course. Maybe even building a thriving social circle of like-minded folks.
Tell me, when was the last time you went and got all dolled up at a salon?
I don't even remember. It's been years.
Do I look like I go to a salon?
We're going now. I'm gonna take you, and it's on me.
Don't get us wrong, we wouldn't change how Connie supported her family through grief. That part was realistic. Grief can be isolating because it's such a personal experience, so Connie not always knowing how to help Mary made sense.
Other than being there for him, what else can you do?
I don't know.
We have no doubt she wanted to help, even if her attempts didn't always land perfectly.
But I'm watching my daughter fall apart right now. So I'm just asking for 20 minutes of your time. Please.
Forcing the kids to get baptized to help their mom's heartache? Well, what about theirs? They just lost their dad. Ultimately, though, Connie got it right at the funeral, just being there for Mary when she needed her the most.
It wasn't supposed to happen.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, Jeff.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
One thing's for sure, while this version of Connie seemed almost unrecognizable compared to the one Amy first meets on The Big Bang Theory, we'd actually forgive the writers for ditching that version altogether instead of trying to force young Sheldon's Meemaw to fit her.
You think putting on this act is gonna get you a lighter sentence?
Act? What act?
But hey, with another spin-off in the works, this doesn't have to be the end of Connie's story. Annie Potts has returned as Connie for at least one episode of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, so there's still time to give her a happy new beginning.
And I am on the set of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, and we are taping our first episode tonight.
We want to hear that Connie has landed back on her feet stronger than ever. She's helped the family through their darkest moments, and now it's time for her to focus on her own life again.
Oh, I should have brought more beer.
I know that I'm not winning any popularity contests, but I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that my kids are safe in this life and the next.
Damn. I really thought I was going to bring you around.
Maybe that means restarting her secret gambling room, but with a few more precautions to keep greedy cops away. Or maybe she decides the thrill isn't worth the stress and opens a legitimate business instead. Perhaps she and Georgie even go into business together again. Or Maybe she takes it as a sign that it's time to retire and fully embrace her golden years. Maybe even traveling the world with Dale, or solo if that's what she wants.
Well, we could put it together. We could travel. We could buy a vacation home.
Well, I can't just up and leave. I mean, I got the gambling room.
Georgie can take care of that. Besides, what's the use of having all that money and not enjoying?
If she'd been off traveling, that could explain why she didn't visit her moon pie more often in The Big Bang Theory. It would also explain why she's less present in her great-granddaughter's life, especially since Potts isn't slated as a series regular. Whatever path she chooses, the key is that she's in charge.
You actually bought this thing?
It's fun, huh?
I feel like I'm riding in a banana.
Oh, come on. It's a beautiful day. The top is down. Feel that wind.
Mostly, we just want to see Connie living her best life and following what makes her happy. Whatever life throws at her, and whoever comes in or out of it, Connie is at peace knowing she's making every moment count.
And I'll tell you another thing. Your life's not over. You are writing a new chapter in the book of you.
What tweaks would you have made to Connie's story? Let us know in the comments.
A book where a perky heroine rises up
And what?
I don't know. You want to get drunk?
Yes.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.